I'd like to just build a town. Just build a town, see what happens. Build a town, see what happens. Build a town. Yeah, let's add a tower here. It's a cute little lighthouse. And let's make sure there is no land next to it. Just gotta keep the lighthouse far away from the people. Because it's very bright light. You can't have that in your eyeballs. That's gotta hurt. I do like the kind of like very cute little like mosaic tile thing going on here on the platforming. I think that's so fun. Anyway, you might be like, what's the goal today? And the goal today is to just have some fun. Have some fun in a little town making game. I just need to like build out a massive area here. I need as much space as I can get, you know? What if we made the lighthouse completely unusable? Hear me out, hear me out. I have an idea. We're gonna make this the most unusable lighthouse of all time. What if we just add just a bunch of roads around here? Am I forgetting how to use the controls? Yes, I keep forgetting how to use the controls, but it's, oh gosh. I kind of want it to be more centered than that. Let's center it a little bit more, because that's kind of gross. I don't like that. Gotta make like a little highway. Perfect. What am I doing here? Yeah. Yeah. This is the territory of the lighthouse. We're gonna completely build around it. I'll be back once I've filled this all in, because nobody wants to watch that. I'll be right back. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Let's just go on a little mini tour of what we have here so far. So first we have the reservoir where the lighthouse stays, and then this is the lesser reservoir. As you can see, it's smaller, but it has little tunnels. It has little tunnels. Little tunnels. They have little tunnels. The little tunnels. Need a tunnel. And now we're gonna fill in all of this with buildings. It's probably the best bet. I'm gonna say that the dock is right here. You get into the island right here. This is where you make your grand entrance. And so you walk down here. Let's do red. Because this is where you check in. You get your ticket for the cinema, and then you can walk in, you know. So we're gonna line some buildings here. I'm gonna just add a few different colors. Ooh, but what if we don't add one there? Yeah, actually I like that. That's the secondary entrance for people who want to sneak in. Then we'll add in a blue house. And this is a nice little pathway into the city. Just a nice little row of houses, some lovely little greenery. Now we change it up. We gotta add some intrigue. Gotta add some interesting infrastructure. Yeah, that looks pretty good. This is where I want it to really start getting a little bit upsetting, because I want it to feel like a hellish maze. I want it to feel like you are slowly losing your mind, navigating your way through this city. I think somebody would settle right here and get a nice little private view. And then maybe they would stretch out even further to get an even more private view. So just a big yellow house right here. They don't add anything fancy to it, they just wanted the view. They just wanted the view of Abyss, which is a pretty nice view. So we've got this section up next. I would like this completely closed off. And we're gonna do just a big old building. This is an apartment complex to completely overshadow the lighthouse. The lighthouse gets like one little tiny window to the outside world. And then we're gonna continue the apartment complex along this wall. When you have a town, when you have a city, you need to have places for people to live. And this would be a really good place for somebody to live. I'd say that this would probably house maybe like 15 people. Everybody gets a floor. Let's just close off this entire section. This courtyard does not see the light of day. There we go. I was trying to figure out how to get the little lawn to show up. I figured it out. Gotta leave in the window for the lighthouse to peek through. You know? So that the lighthouse can peek through. So that the lighthouse can... Let's add a little bit of infrastructure. I think this island could use a hill. Don't you think? I think it could use a hill. I'm gonna start a new area. Here we go. That'll be good. There we go. I like that. That's good. This area is gonna be sectioned off. It's coming along nicely. We have a stairwell up this way and then up this way so people can get out, which is very ideal. We want to make sure that people can escape if they want to. Escape should always be an option. It shouldn't be a fun option, but it should definitely be an option. Here we go. Oh, I do think we have to change up the color, actually. Orange it is. Oh, it's a little clothesline. It's a clothesline. Oh, that's so cute. Are those boots? Are those... Is that a pitchfork? Are those boots? Those are boots. Those are boots. Those are boots. Guys. Boots. Oh, I need a stairwell. There we go. Ooh, I like that. That's good. Well, isn't that fun? Isn't that cozy? Isn't that just fun and cozy? That is a scary staircase. That is like the scariest staircase I've ever seen. Like in my entire life. Very good. Let's move on to a different color. I say it's time for the roof. You know what this could use? You know what this could use? This actually could use a little bit more infrastructure. When planning a city, you'd really need to take into consideration the fact that you need to have really, really good, secure, stable housing for all of your residents. So maybe we add a little bit more homes, just like a few more. That's pretty good. That's pretty. Ooh, huh? That's Well, that's so crazy. It's almost like, you know, I think this person wanted their house just a little bit bigger, you know, just like a tiny bit bigger. Just a little bit bigger. They actually spent a lot of money on the project, and so yeah, they get an extra nice house. Isn't that oh my gosh, isn't this lovely? The perfect residence. A flawless execution. Very good. I think that this area right here could use just like a little swimming pool in the middle of it. Like a lesser reservoir for the lesser reservoir. I feel like that would be very beneficial for the structure of this town. I would like another one of these. Except we're gonna build it. We're gonna build it. You're gonna let me do my thing. You're gonna let me exist for just like a second. Okay. And then we're gonna have a little house in the middle. Just gonna have a nice little house in the middle. Believe it or not, somebody bought this land actually, and this is just their house. Somebody really wanted to just build their house to look like this. Don't ask me, I didn't build it. I didn't commission for it to be built. That's it. That's the situation there. I didn't commission for it. I commissioned for that one. I didn't commission for this one. They did this all on their own. Like tacky green with another green that like clashes. I didn't do that. I do tasteful. I do tasteful architecture. Okay? Let's move on. I feel like this town doesn't have a veiny enough neighborhood in it, so I'm gonna make this the veiny neighborhood. Just nice little tunnels everywhere. Perfect. This is coming along nicely. This is so good. Are you kidding me? This is my finest work. I have never made anything better than this. Wow. Now this is flawless. Now you might be like, don't you need to change colors? No. Why would I need to change colors? That sounds very silly. I have no need for color changing. I've already done that. What a silly question. And now just for good measure, I'm gonna add some stuff on top. And then I'm gonna add tunnels here and there just to kind of help out the people who get lost just like a little bit. I'm willing to help them, but not much. Because I don't actually want to make it easier for them. I wanna benefit off of their frustration, you know. And then I'll make a really helpful all the way through tunnel right here at the very end. Just like all good mazes do. There's gonna be no help up here. But over here, it's gonna be very helpful. This is definitely, yeah, that's usable. That's definitely usable. So now we're to the part of the town where it looks like a bite got taken out of it. And that's all I really have to say. There's not really any words for, you know, the fear that comes with your land getting chomped on, other than, you know, your reaction, which is probably a little bit more caution. So all of these towns are gonna be on stilts. Okay, this is gonna be the stilts? Stilts? Is it stilts? Risers? Anyway, this is gonna be the most important house in this section of town. And it's gonna be the safest one in town. Because who's gonna touch this guy? Who's gonna get him? You think anybody's gonna climb up this ladder? No. Nobody's gonna climb the ladder. Nobody's gonna wanna. He's safe up there. He's got snacks. He's got Wi-Fi. He's good. What are you gonna do to him? Nothing. No one's chomping on him. See, this is what modern architecture should be. Not sad beige houses that all look the same. Anyway, ooh, I like the way that connects. That's really fun. That is so sick. I love that. Okay, so let's add this here. You know what? Let's just add a little bit of danger in the middle of it just to remind you that your land almost got chomped in two. Just like, actually, you know what? This is the well. Never mind that there's water right there. This is the well. There we go. Now that's architecture. That's good architecture right there. We gotta have only good architecture in this area, because if they don't, they might get eaten. And then we're gonna have one guy whose house is not up to code, and I think his house needs to go right here, right on the edge, ready to get chomped on. And you might be like, oh, there's like a bunch of like space here. That's just for another well. That's for a well. They have another well. This part of town really likes their wells. You know what? I know what this area needs to be. Every town needs one. This town is no different, especially with the number of people who live here. It's gonna get necessary pretty fast. Okay. Here's the new project. This area here. This is This... The... Ooh. Ooh. What? No way. No way. What? What? Well, this is awfully pretty. This is the cemetery. These are all mausoleums. The bodies rest underground next to the water. They go underground. These are all the mausoleums to house the entire city. Don't think about it too hard. It's fine. Every good town needs a cemetery, especially a beautiful cemetery. Like, look at this. I'd say this is the prettiest cemetery I've ever seen in my entire damn life. Like, this is gorgeous. This is beautiful. And I'm really proud of that, even though the computer did all of the work. The computer did all of the work, and that is a-okay with me because I get to take credit for it. You know what? That looks... Yeah. This is the schoolhouse. That's where kids go to school. I like to think that this is a restaurant. I think this is a nice little lighthouse view restaurant. You know, every good town needs a way to welcome visitors into it. It needs a good way to be able to do that. I feel so silly for not having thought of that sooner, you know, because I think that all good cities need a welcome sign. I think that'll greet people pretty well. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's a very nice little town full of little people waking up to say. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed this cute little video of me making a few things into a town. This is the least cohesive town I've ever seen. This is more like, it's very obvious that it has different districts. The downtown, the tall town house, the rich people, the sad and confused, the proactive, the dead, and the new. If you're wondering if anybody lives in these buildings, no, they are purely for the aesthetic. Nobody deserves to live on the outskirts of town like that, so I'm sure this lighthouse will be helpful to people right here. If they were out at sea right here, they would see the lighthouse and they would not crash into the shore, so maybe it's a little bit more useful than I thought it was. Maybe it has a little bit more use. Not a lot, but like a little bit. Anyway, bye!